The term killer can be used in various contexts, and its meaning depends on the situation. Literal definition. In the most direct sense, a killer is someone who causes the death of another person, often referred to as a murderer. Figurative use. The term can also be used figuratively to describe something that is highly effective or impressive in a particular context. Slang and informal use. Sometimes killer is used in informal contexts to describe something that is very impressive, enjoyable, or extraordinary. For instance, a killer performance might refer to a highly outstanding or memorable performance. Medical and scientific contexts. In a medical or scientific context, killer might be used to describe substances or agents that are highly effective at eliminating pathogens, such as killer cells in the immune system that target and destroy infected or cancerous cells. Here is the list of top 5 killers in TIW world if you did not subscribe. The channel, then please subscribe the channel and click the bell icon. Number 1 is the Zodiac Killer, active in the late 1960s and early 1970s in Northern California. The Zodiac Killer was known for taunting police and the media with cryptic letters and ciphers. Despite numerous investigations and widespread media coverage, the killer's identity remains unknown. Crimes and victims: Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau. They were shot in a parked car near Vallejo, California in July 1969. Betty Lou Jensen and David Faraday. They were killed in December 1968 near Vallejo, California. Kathleen Johns. She was abducted and later escaped from the Zodiac Killer in March 1970, though she was not murdered. Other suspected victims. There are additional unsolved cases that some believe may be linked to the Zodiac Killer, but there is no conclusive evidence to confirm these. Media. The Zodiac Killer has been the subject of numerous books, films, and documentaries, including the 2007 film Zodiac, directed by David Fincher. Influence. The case has had a significant impact on how serial killers are perceived in popular culture and has influenced public and media fascination with unsolved crimes. Jack the Ripper. Operating in the Whitechapel district of London in 1888, Jack the Ripper was a serial killer who targeted female prostitutes. The case remains unsolved, and the killer's identity has been the subject. Number 2. Jack the Ripper. Operating in the Whitechapel district of London in 1888, Jack the Ripper was a serial killer who targeted female prostitutes. The case remains unsolved, and the killer's identity has been the subject of extensive speculation and investigation. Crimes and victims confirmed. Victims. Jack the Ripper is believed to have murdered at least 5 women in the Whitechapel area between August and November 1888. These victims are often referred to as the Canonical Five: Mary Ann Nichols, August 31st, 1888, Annie Chapman, September 8th, 1888, Elizabeth Stride, September 30th, 1888, Catherine Eddowes, September 30th, 1888, Mary Jane Kelly, November 9th, 1888. Murder method. The Ripper's murders were particularly gruesome, with victims often mutilated. Signature. The murders were characterized by extreme violence and, in some cases, extensive mutilation. Police efforts. The Metropolitan Police and City of London Police conducted extensive investigations, but the killer was never caught. Number 3 is the Unabomber. Ted Kaczynski, Ed Kaczynski, a former mathematics professor, conducted a nationwide bombing campaign in the U.S. from 1978 to 1995, targeting individuals involved with modern technology. His manifesto against industrial society led to his eventual arrest and life imprisonment. Early life. Ted Kaczynski was born on May 22, 1942, in Chicago, Illinois. He showed early signs of intellectual brilliance, entering Harvard University at age 16. Criminal activities. Bombing campaign. Kaczynski's bombing campaign began in 1978 and continued for nearly 2 decades. The Industrial Society and Its Future in 1995, Kaczynski sent his manifesto, titled Industrial Society and Its Future. Number 4 is the O.J. Simpson case. In 1994, former NFL star O.J. Simpson was charged with the murders of his ex-wife Nicole Brown Simpson and her friend Ronald Goldman. The trial, which ended in a controversial acquittal, was one of the most publicized in history and raised significant discussions about race, celebrity, and justice. Orenthal James Simpson, O.J. Simpson, is a former NFL star running back, broadcaster, and actor. Arrest. Simpson was arrested on June 17, 1994, after a dramatic and widely televised low-speed car chase involving a white Ford Bronco driven by his friend. Number 5 is the JonBenet Ramsey case. In 1996, 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey was found murdered in her family home in Boulder, Colorado. The case drew massive media attention and remains unresolved, with various theories about the circumstances of her death. JonBenet Ramsey, JonBenet Patricia Ramsey, was a 6-year-old beauty queen who was found murdered in her family's home in Boulder, Colorado on December 26, 1996. A lengthy ransom note was discovered in the Ramsey home. The note demanded $118,000 for JonBenet's safe return. In 2008, the Boulder District Attorney's Office officially cleared the Ramsey family of any involvement. For more deep reality videos, please subscribe the channel Innovative Discover and press the bell icon.